A team of scientists work here to create the drinks of the future, led by Chief Innovation Officer Mark Sands.
Mark, hi.
Hi, Arabella. Thank you so much for coming to visit Diageo's R&D Centre.
Thank you so much. Shall we take a look around?
Excellent. Well, we're going to be going into the lab, so you're going to need a lab coat
All right.
and some safety goggles.
Fantastic, thank you. All right.
Excellent. Come this way.
All right. Let's talk about the room we're in right now. I mean, what happens here?
This is the liquid lab, the first stage of the process of where science and creativity come together to create those new liquids, creating really small amounts of liquids that begin the process towards what will ultimately end up sitting on a shelf or on the back of a bar for a consumer to come in and try.
So what drinks would you say then have been developed here then?
So like some of the world's biggest spirits innovations over the last few decades have started off life in this lab. In particular, any of the new innovations and new flavours that have launched from brands like Smirnoff and Tanqueray and Baileys over the years have all started life here.
Mark, there's a little bit of a hum, some machinery moving around. Where are we exactly?
So this is the pilot plant. It's an industrial space that's flexible, versatile, and it aims to replicate on a tiny scale all of our biggest distilleries and breweries around the world, so that our innovators here can be testing out how we do things on a really small scale, so that if the flavour or the new liquid that you're creating doesn't work, you're not really losing anything, but it gives you a playground to test out what things will be like when we take them to the big distilleries around the world. So this is the Sensory Lab, and this is where we can test the new drinks with real people, with tasters, from our expert panel. What we're trying to do is see how the liquids appeal to all of the senses. So you'll see, for example, we use these glasses. They have a really narrow aperture to keep the aroma in, because the smell is such an important part of what you're tasting. And also you can see the colour of the glass is dark. And that's so that it's just kind of masking the colour of the liquid a bit, because otherwise the colour of the liquid starts to play tricks with what you're expecting the taste to be as well.
The colours within the booths as well are also slightly darker than normal. Why is that?
That's all part of that same process of trying to mask the colour of the liquid and trying to create replicable conditions so that you know that the variables from your tasting are being kind of ruled out.
Branding is quite crucial to Diageo. And I mean, what happens when you're creating a new product?
The process of creating great new liquids and brands happen at the same time. They're all part of the same process. And so often when we're creating liquids, we've got a particular brand in mind. But it's really important when we're doing our testing that we both initially separate those things, and then eventually we will test the whole bundle with consumers, both the brand, the liquid, and even how we're going to bring it to life through advertising and design.